Question will be for you, Dr. Bedi. When you started, it was a 3-bedded hospital, if I understand. And now it is more than 900 bedded hospitals and global presence. So how have your experience been scaling from 30 to 900 plus and from Indian market to global market? How was your journey?
A very good evening to everyone. We started, I was a doctor and my co-founders, we were doctors, and that was the only thing we knew in the world to do and to treat people. So that's how, what happened was that after 1998, the government of Punjab used to, every year they used to advertise jobs for the doctors, which we call as Punjab Civil Medical Services. From 1998 till 2008, for 10 years, there was no recruitment done. So after completing our MDs, we were left. There was a general trend amongst my seniors and their seniors that everybody used to join. And in those days, the number of doctors coming up, almost 70% used to get registered in the government jobs. So that was the only thing we used to look up to. And I passed out of PGI Chandigarh. I completed my MD there. We were suddenly on the road. So we had a small showroom. One of our co-founders, his father had a small showroom in Phase 3B2 Mohali, and that's where we set up a 3-bedded hospital. So that's how it kicked up. I will not say that there was a great vision or anything. It was just out of necessity that we had to earn a living. Thereafter, when we started working there, we thought there is a...
That's good.
In those days, if I go to 2002 Mohali, I'm telling you in detail so that you can understand where I'm coming from. In 2002, Mohali had, the ecosystem as far as hospital as a business was concerned. In Mohali, it was like either the Fortis had just set in, it was coming up. They had not even launched it. The only hospitals in the competition was either the government hospitals or very small nursing homes around Chandigarh. That was a trend till late in Chandigarh to have nursing homes which were 10 bedded or 20 beds. So we scaled up from 3 beds to 50 beds within 3 years. From there on, we started feeling that we can't grow much. The demand was rising. There was a niche. It was a very competitive market because our competition was with very small nursing homes who were able to give very, cost-effective care. The market started changing in after 2005 till 2010. Fortis came in. It was a first corporate hospital of the area. The people who were traveling to Bombay or Delhi for larger treatments, they started getting retained in Chandigarh. PGI was always at the top. It still continues to be at the top as far as spectrum of services is concerned and the quality of services is concerned. So we thought this is at that point of time everybody was advising us it's a very competitive market, you will not survive because you are too small and you are not in competition with even the smaller players because you are trying to position yourselves a bit better than those. So the kind of clientage, kind of patients we were getting, we thought that we are getting type of patients who want good services, who don't want to wait in a line, yet they can't afford Fortis or they don't want to go to either Sector 32 hospital or PGI. So we started identifying those areas. One area which we identified in those days, in 2002 I'm talking of, in Chandigarh, there were rooms which had name ICU, and once you enter that room, it was just a room, just like any other hospital ward. So the idea of having ventilators in small setups, idea of having critical care setups was not there. So we started, my specialty was actually critical care. So we started setting up ICUs at small scale. We started scaling up, and in around 2008, we came up with another hospital, which is a 100-bedded hospital in phase 1 Mohali. And there also we started feeling that we don't have enough money. This business needs a lot of money. At that point of time, one ventilator used to cost around 10 lakh rupees, and to have one ICU bed, the cost was around 35 to 50 lakhs.
Dr. Bedi, I want to add something. So did you go for funding, or was it bootstrap? How did you get your business to scale at that time?
One good thing in healthcare business was banks are very, very eager to lend you. So it was a conscious decision that we will not go for any other funding except for the NBFC or banking. In 2010, we got an opportunity. There was a delegation from Africa which was visiting India. So we happened to meet a delegation, Ministry of Health from Botswana. In Delhi, we met them, and we started exploring opportunities. And I travelled myself in 2012 to Botswana. This was a country I had never heard. Only that I had seen a movie called I forgot the name. It's a very Gods Must Be Crazy. Yeah. That was the movie I had heard. Word Botswana. I didn't know where in the world it existed. What it is. It's a country which is of the size of, I can say, Himachal, Haryana, Punjab, and Rajasthan. It's the same size as France, the size-wise. And we saw an opportunity there. We went there and we saw that they don't have human resources, they don't have specialists. So we offered to the government that we can provide you specialist services. We can provide you a lot of supply chain management, infrastructure. And then we can start, what was happening was that they were paying around $10 million US per year to South Africa, which is the next country to Botswana, for their healthcare needs. They were referring patients, flying patients out of Botswana to South Africa, and they used to have an annual budget of around $10 million US. So we offered them that if you hand over your hospitals to us, we'll set up hubs. We undertook we took over 8 hospitals there, and each hospital we converted it into a specialist center. Like one hospital, because it's a small country and they have very robust air ambulance services, so it was easy. So one hospital in the country, we put 5 orthopedicians there and made it major trauma and orthopedic center. One we developed as a gynae center, another one was developed as a critical care center, another one was eye center, and so on and so forth. So that program kicked up, and it ran for, initial contract was for 3 years, then they renewed it twice, so it went down for 9 years.
So what I'm understanding from the story from the scratch to now going global, you ideated and you brought more optimized processes, whether it was small rooms, bedded hospitals, or the amenities you provided, the facilities you provided. Then again you took it to global, and even there you provided better processes as well as resources to actually scale it up. So the message for our startups could be to understand where we are when we are going on ideation and validation. We should think about either we are ideating and optimizing the product, or we are optimizing the process, which is what really worked for Indus Hospitals. And it is a story known to everyone. We have all seen how the scaling happened after that. So in the interest of time, thank you so much, Mr. Bedi. I understand, and I think the startups will benefit from this. Now, coming to you, Mr. Parveen Bansal, I see that you started with an offline. Education was always offline. We never thought that the teachers are going to be on phone or on systems, on laptops, tabs, teaching us from there. Anyways, as a good student, we never heard even when they were speaking offline. And then we were given an online system where the teachers are actually educating us, and we were expected, thanks to the lockdown, the pandemic, the paradigm for education changed. And the word, I think, edutech come from there. So now I want to understand Abhimanyu IAS. Now with IAS, it is like a word associated. We've heard Abhimanyu and IAS, the competitive exams, which was all offline. And now you have ventured into Abhipedia, which is completely online. The disruption you are bringing in the education industry. So how the situation and the struggles were, the challenges were different with offline education and now online education?
Thank you very much for asking this question, and good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Punjab English Network. The kind of environment which it is creating, it was never seen. If you see, we are celebrating Silver Jubilee now, started in 1999, and I always thought of scalability, I always thought of dynamism, but as such, and I have been in touch with Sahil for quite a long period, and we used to discuss about all these things. Chandigarh doesn't have any such environment in which a person can scale his business, or he can think beyond certain things. Now the question which you have asked, I can speak at least for 2-3 hours on that, because being a teacher also is my habit that I just, when we start speaking, nobody can stop. If I put it simply, if I put the things in a very simple manner, everything boils down to one single word. So what they told us, it's all dynamism. You have to be dynamic. You have to change with changing time. And that is what business is all about. And that is how I define a leader. For me, leader is a person who has the vision of dynamism, who can foresee future and who can develop strategies for organization which have to be changed with time. So Abhimanyu, we all know Abhimanyu just from civil services coaching only, but in last 25 years we have gone much beyond that. Civil services is now a very small part of it. We have hospitality projects, we have infrastructure projects, we have we are into employability skills also, and a number of other things. But idea is that if the business has to survive, it has to be dynamic. And now it is an imperative that you have to think in terms of scalability. If the business is not scalable, it is very difficult for a business to survive. इसको आप टेंशन से ले लीजिए या as a reality ले लीजिए, it is there, and there is somebody sitting who aims to replace you. आप अगर डायनामिक नहीं हो तो आप रिप्लेस हो जाओगे एक साल में. And that is what Abhimanyu IAS actually is all about. We have been changing every second year. We have been bringing new strategies, and Abhipedia is a part of it. Because see, if you think of offline coaching from a small city like Chandigarh, it is a limited scalability. And education per se, I don't see scalability in terms of offline at all. We have so many examples which have failed. We have so many examples. बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल है जो फेल हो चुके हैं. See, who open to 100 centers, 150 centers. I don't want to name any particular companies, but offline in offline scalability is very limited because you cannot maintain the quality at all. Only one place where quality can be maintained is online. You can develop systems, processes, or you can bring some concepts through which you can take quality education to the end user, the student. And that is how I see online. Nothing else. That whether I am able to take quality to the student. In 2014, for the first time in North India, we opened online centers in different cities, right? And we telecasted the class directly from Chandigarh to these remote centers through VSET, plus through Polycom equipment. We were the only client of Reliance. So their whole that MPLS company of Reliance was surviving in us, and they had allocated a hub to us. See, I'm just telling you that what was the status. See, In North India, nobody even thought of, and that effort was only for the purpose of maintaining the quality. कि वही टीचर पढ़ाएगा यहाँ पे जो वहाँ पढ़ाएगा. Same teacher is there. Otherwise, what offline centers did was employ local teachers and ending up no result for this franchisee centers. So that concept was a hit, but that was totally obsolete concept when this mobile-based learning came. So then we shifted towards that mobile. See, that is the dynamism I am talking of. Some tough decisions have to be taken, and that is what business is all about. And we have gone much beyond civil services now, and I don't want to be now associated with civil services as such directly. Although we know, people know us from civil services only. So this Wikipedia is a big disruption we are aiming to bring from Chandigarh, and I proudly say that I am from Chandigarh. See, I go to Mumbai, I go to Bangalore, when I talk to people, where are you from? So sometimes people hesitate in saying that I am from Chandigarh or a small city. It's the best place to live. I'm proud to be from Chandigarh, and my attack is from Chandigarh.
Wonderful.
And I will be in Chandigarh.
Wonderful, and I'm sure you are going to bring a disruption in.
I will be a Chandigarh, and I don't feel ashamed. I have an office in Delhi also. I have an office in Mumbai also. But I say my head office is in Chandigarh.
Wonderful.
Although I can get leverage by saying that my office is in Gurgaon. I know that. Some people, but see, idea is that once you have a strength in your concept, see, nobody can stop you. Doesn't make difference from where you are.
Absolutely.
Definitely, it will take slightly more time to take it to the people.
Right.
So, but that is what everything is about. So, I will not give a detail of a PDI assess because it's a big concept. But only thing I would like to say is that it is a rational attack in which we are giving freedom to the student. See, we are not binding the student into any type of system. अभी क्या है बच्चा आपका आप सबके बच्चों ने या आपने कोचिंग ली अपने टाइम पे. See, if you take admission in an institute, see आप पूरा कोर्स खरीद लो 1 लाख रुपए का. You are caught up. Your fate is virtually decided by an institute in which you have taken admission. What kind of irrational system it is? And then you cannot move on.
Yeah, the kind of customization you've brought. You pay 50 rupees, you pay 100 rupees, you pay as to
We have
as you
split the
learn.
whole course into
Yeah.
micro courses and developed a sequence. And we are challenging that you start with our micro course of 50 rupees and keep on doing the courses. And you can make, if you don't like us, make an exit. Join somebody else, somewhere else. And then again, I have taken coaching from one institute, and then I have appeared in the exam. I am failure. I am not successful. What I do? मैं एक और इंस्टीट्यूट में जाऊंगा, वहाँ एडमिशन ले लूँगा, फिर पूरे पैसे दूँगा. What kind of irrational system it is? See, I have failed because of lack in certain areas, and there is no system, no coaching institute, no online system which is providing any clue to the student कि भाई आपको बता सके वो कि yes आप यहाँ lack करते हैं.
Absolutely.
तो Wikipedia is giving you independence कि आपके ये 10 areas weak हैं, micro courses, just do it in 500 rupees.
So I think the message for our startups would be that make customized solutions that can be bought, and power of choice has to be with the consumer. Whether or not they have to stick to you as a consumer or they have to move up. So thank you so much, Parveen ji. Thank you so much. Now my next question will be from Mr. Nikhil Doda.
Hi.
Hi. So Nikhil, you have actually made a very special place for yourself, competing now. We don't talk about Coke, Pepsi alone. So earlier the markets were consolidated and we had Coke, Pepsi, and now Lahori Jeera, you've placed it at that level in the global market. So again, I would ask the same question: what were your struggles, and what message would you give to the startups who are aiming to be big? And I also am very inquisitive to ask whether you really envisioned to be at that level, or you just went along with the flow and it happened.
Thank you for all the appreciation. So to start with, the answer is no. Basically, we had a humble start, and we never thought कि इतना बड़ा बन जाएगा. I'll tell you the story how it started. We started back in 2016, relatively young brand, still 6-7 years old. Idea was to do something in ethnic Indian beverage space, because I with my co-founders we noticed that the countries like countries that have some kind of legacy, some history like Japan, Korea, China, their native drinks were as big as Coke or Pepsi in their country. But India में वो चीज़ missing थी. So we were very positive on that, and we wanted to do something in ethnic Indian beverage space. On the very first day before we even started, we were very fundamentally clear on few things which I think worked out for us in the long run. Pehla, we were very clear that we don't want to premiumize it. We were convinced that India is a market of price point, and we wanted to create something for the masses. So we planned it accordingly. And secondly, जब हम अपना product craft कर रहे थे, in the very beginning, we wanted to have differentiation factor. We wanted to have a differentiation factor. So all other brands जो आपने mention करे, Coke, Pepsi और Parle, जो big boys in the industry हैं, their drinks were either sugar or food additives. Other side, जब हमने भी planned to make ethnic Indian drink, we crafted it in such a way that we added salt, lemon juice, and Indian condiments to it. So as Indians, we are used to having that combination of sugar, salt, lemon juice, and masala in it. It comes naturally to us, and it's again a comparatively bit healthier or a natural side of it if you compare to other carbonated beverages. So we started very small, did a small pilot in Chandigarh itself, reached out to about 1,000 retailers, and as and when the product went to the shelves, people connected straight away. People connected with the name, people connected with the taste, and we got a lot of consumer love, and we kept growing every year. We were profitable. So whatever we used to earn, we used to flow it back to the system to increase our production capacities. And
did you go for funding? Or?
Yeah, so for first initial 5 years, we were bootstrapped, but production was the biggest bottleneck that we had because we could never make enough. The demand was there, but we couldn't supply enough. And since it's a capital-intensive industry, we got spotted by a Belgium-based private equity fund. They were convinced with the story, they believed in the product, and we raised about 25 million from them 2 years ago. In 2022, it happened.
Where were the investors from?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
So guys, India need to really, you investors have to up your game. Everybody is taking funding from somewhere else. We investors need to be here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But yes, so in that case, they were investors who had their portfolio in beverage across the globe. So they're seasoned in beverage space. They understand beverages really well. So we're happy to partner with them. And most of the money we invested in reducing the first bottleneck that we had, the production capacity. And today we invested in the mother unit in Punjab that we had, and we opened up a new unit in Gujarat in Vapi. So today we have a bottling capacity of more than 5 million bottles every day. And we have, so the product was the first mode that we had. And over the period of time in the last few years, what we were able to create was a distribution network of more than 1,500 distributors now. Today we have more than 1,500 distributors. Spread across 17 states in the country. So it's another mode now that we have. Distribution, there are 1,500 odd businessmen which are there with you as a family. They push your product. They make money from your product. So that's a big something that we have achieved over time. And we still believe we are a very small part of a very big industry, and the journey has just started. If a Coke or a Pepsi can be $1 billion brand, why not a homegrown beverage brand? People have garnered a lot of consumer love. Why can't that be
Absolutely.
a $1 billion brand maybe? So just working hard towards that direction, and we want to be a pan-India brand, make this product available across shelves in the country. So that's it.
I think that gives, wow, thank you for that. That gives a lot of courage to our startups, because if we see all the homegrown entrepreneurs, everyone is saying the same story. First, the vision was not this big. They got along, and then they kept on increasing the vision and going global. Same way the struggles, they have gone through the struggles as well. If you see funding, of course, it was, I think, bootstrapped in the beginning for all three
For 5
of you.
years.
Right, yeah. So the struggles are same, the vision is again, they had a humble start and they've scaled. And one very important fact, if you hear about scalability, is you have to go online to scale up your business, and so that it is not dependent only on you as the founder. So in the interest of time, I would close the panel here, and thank you so much, Mr. Parveen, Mr. Nikhil and Mr. Bedi. It was wonderful talking to you, and there is a small token of appreciation and being here. Thank you so much.